Welcome back to Factory Sealed. It is March 18th, 2018. My name's Eric Peterson, and the only one joining me today is Mr. Yam Ragan.
Oh, it's just me, Eric.
Oh, God, it's so good to hear your voice again, Tom.
What are the chances that a two-man show would be with me?
Astronomically small.
I can't remember the last time this happened. Oh, I do, actually. It was when we played Klonoa.
How long ago was that?
That was the last two-man show we did. I think it wasn't that long ago. I'm going to go with October last year.
Try again.
Is it further back?
Oh, yeah.
August?
Tom, try February.
No way.
Yeah, it's been over a year. A year and a month.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, great game, by the way.
I think that was the last show you were on as well.
Oh, god damn it, Eric.
This is
You're not supposed to throw me under the bus. I'm here.
Sorry, it's just old habit. You're just never here.
Oh, god damn it.
Beep.
Can't do anything right.
No, you can do one thing right. You're moving to the correct continent.
Oh, yeah. Moving to Canada.
You can get those sweet whiffs of freedom from that southern border.
Yeah, it's literally. I think you can see it.
Oh,
you can
God,
see
you're
it from
so close.
certain buildings.
I mean, it's just got this magical aura.
Yeah, this kind of like smog.
Well, we call it an aura. We call that our freedom ring.
I'm excited, but also terribly stressed. There's just so much to do.
I can imagine. Like, sell off everything you own.
Mm-hmm. Well, yesterday we started tidying the lounge. Just kind of throwing loads of stuff away and giving some of it to charity.
Is that in the West Wing or the East Wing?
That's in the... I think it's in the North Wing, actually.
Oh, the guest house.
Yeah, next to the second ballroom.
Ah, so you guys had to move into the guest house.
Yeah, which is just so much smaller.
Oh, yeah, that's 7,000 square feet. So small.
Yeah. It's like my closet was bigger than that in my previous place. But we managed to fill 6 or 7 bin bags yesterday. And that was just 2 corners of the lounge.
How did you have that much stuff in your apartment?
Dude, I don't know. I will say that most of it is cats.
I mean, that's a strong possibility. Have you come across any additional flags in your packing?
Amazingly not.
Oh, man, you haven't been looking hard enough.
I'm still banking on there being at least 20 more by the time we leave here.
My secret hope is that you get to Toronto and end up unpacking some there.
Oh my god, can you imagine? They'll probably hold me at the border.
What's this? Sorry, sir, it's freedom. Ever heard of it? We're just trying to get a piece.
Were you hoping to join our southern neighbors at some point?
Sir, can't let you cross. This is contraband.
Contraband?
You could do penance by drinking this tub of maple syrup.
Oh yeah, shit. I got to embrace hockey, syrup. What else?
I mean, I can get behind the hockey thing because that's a blast.
Oh, yes. I looked at season tickets for hockey in Toronto. Not cheap.
No. Even single games aren't cheap.
Man, we're talking like $3,000 here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I did not expect that, but then I guess it's the same here for football. That's kind of like their football, right?
Soccer.
I'm sorry, what?
Soccer.
He sounded so serious. Tom, it's soccer. Listen.
Yeah, we take football real seriously over here. None of that
Boy.
mini flopping around.
How are the Packers doing?
Huh?
The Green Bay Packers?
Huh?
Is that a football team?
Yeah, they're from Wisconsin.
Yeah, they're like one of the best teams, aren't they?
They are. I just don't give two flying rips about football.
Oh, so it's wasted on you.
No, it's not wasted on me. I still enjoy watching it.
Oh, okay. Couldn't give two flags.
Yeah, I couldn't give two flying rips about it.
Well, which sport do you follow, if any? If you had to follow one, if you had to follow a sport religiously.
Religiously? Oh god,
like you worship the team.
Strung up by my toenails for this one, but I'd probably go with golf.
Oof. That makes sense actually, because you go to the PGA stuff.
Yeah,
PGA
and I used to
tour.
coach and all of that.
Now watch this drive.
What is that from?
That's a George W. reference.
That's right.
It's one of my favorite clips.
Now watch this drive.
He's like talking really seriously to the camera about, I don't know, terrorism or something, and then the reporter's like, and cut, and he's like, now watch this drive.
He was such a funny guy.
He really was.
Oh man, I liked him.
Like when he tried to leave that conference early, or not early, but he walked the wrong way and he tried this door and the door didn't open. Do you remember that one?
Yes.
But he styled it out so well. Like he was so good at styling out his fuck ups.
Oh yeah, you just gotta own it.
Yeah. Like when he got that saying wrong as well, when he said fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, and then he just stopped in the middle. And then he just went, hey, you can't get fooled again.
Oh, George W, come back. We had it so good.
We'll smoke him out. He was such a most loved Texan.
Oh yeah, and he's a true Texan.
Oh yeah, had the hat and everything.
Oh yeah,
had a ranch. Good lad. Anyway, yeah, sorry, I went on a tangent. George W. tangent.
The G-dubs.
But it's gonna take a lot more work. I think we're gonna have to keep selling and packing and trying to get everything in our flat down to 4 suitcases.
How is Kat gonna do that? She has like 7 closets of clothes.
Yeah, all gonna have to go. Like, honestly, it's just gonna have to be just thrown to a thrift shop.
Oh.
Maybe try and sell some of the shoes.
So what are you gonna do about like books and collectibles and stuff that you have?
Oh god, don't talk to me about that. That's painful.
Why don't you do this? Here's a suggestion. Don't sell it. Give it to your brother and have him, once you're settled, mail it over.
That's a good point. Or give it to my brother, and then when he comes to visit, he can put some extra things in his suitcase for me.
Yeah, every few visits just brings more stuff. That way you don't have to sell off a lot of your really good collectible stuff that you've spent time and money acquiring.
Yeah, that's the thing. Anything that that I know I can buy again that's not particularly valuable, then I'm happy to kind of part with it. But things I bought in Japan, like I kind of want to keep those.
Yeah.
Like the hardest one is things like prints and artwork. Very hard to pack those in suitcases. So I have to figure out what
just get some of those rolling tubes.
Yeah. But then they're in frames, so I've got to take them out the frame and all that stuff. Oh, this is a lot to do. It's
you guys leave in like what, 60 days?
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's really not that far. Every time I think, I'll get round to it.
Are you giving yourself any additional time off before you leave, or is it like you walk out of work one day and go straight to the airport?
I would kind of love that, but that's not happening. No, it's I've got 2 weeks. I finish work and then 2 weeks of nothing, and then on a plane.
And no job over there.
No job. Just gonna be one of those immigrants that does nothing.
Y'all got something for free?
Y'all got government assistance?
Or should we head south for that?
Yeah, I'm not too worried. I'm just gonna turn up and actually settle into the city, kind of explore a little bit, understand my surroundings, figure my way around, and then
stake out a street corner, get a piece of cardboard with a Sharpie.
Yes, find where the most affluent areas are.
Yeah.
Get yourself cardboard box, Sharpie. I might bring some of my really old clothes from here with me.
Ooh, it's a good plan.
Cut them up a little bit.
You guys are gonna have to buy a car, aren't you?
I think we might have to, actually. Yeah. Oof. I can't imagine it's gonna be too big for us to not have a car. I imagine. You know.
Yeah, and I can't imagine there. Yeah. Oh, hey Tom, I'm looking at Canada right now. Not far from you, there's a place called London.
Yeah. I imagine if I just moved there.
Same address, different continent.
Yeah, that was actually a fairly common joke while I was out there on holiday. They would ask me where I was from, and I'd say London, and they'd go, Ontario?
No.
No, hardy ha.
And then I could move to Flint, Michigan, where they have the world's cleanest water.
Oh God, no! Don't.
And we'd be just down the road.
Eric, I just watched a documentary on Flint, Michigan.
You don't like lead in your water?
Oh, it's not just that. I think they've only got like 10 police officers.
I mean, I think that's true because it's right by Detroit. So,
God, it looks like a
depressing
a place that's really fallen on hard times.
All of Michigan has.
Is it because they used to be in the manufacturing business?
Yeah.
And
all the manufacturers went overseas.
Cheaper produce, cheaper steel.
Now we still import it from the U.S.
Oh, God.
Tom, speaking of traveling.
Yes.
Dan isn't here.
Because we should probably mention that.
Yeah, he's on his way to Australia, otherwise known as Other Hett.
Oh, yeah. I reckon he's got a world map and it just has the UK and Australia on it.
And then a bunch of question marks in between.
Yeah, it's all like uncharted land.
And then occasionally Crystal comes in. You think we should go to one of these other places? No! Australia.
Too dangerous.
Yeah, nobody knows what's there.
Yeah. But Dan, we could just get the train to Paris. No!
London's too far. You do realize that Australia is further. I don't care. It's familiar. That's my Dan accent.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a hard accent to do if you're from
what?
Anywhere else.
What? Actually, I had a pretty good theory the other day on our WhatsApp chat about Dan in Australia.
Go on.
So, I don't think he's actually going on vacation.
You reckon he's just staying in Hett?
No, I think that Hett is such an old-timey backwards town. Village? Settlement? Hamlet, okay. Hett? Like Hamlet the pig from Illusion of Gaia?
Yeah.
Okay, so Hett the Hamlet is such an old-timey backwater village, Hamlet, sorry, that they still adhere to old British practices of like the 1700s where they ship ne'er-do-wells to Australia. And Dan, for the past, 7 years, has done a really good job of making it seem like he isn't a chav miscreant. But in actuality, he is. And he's just being sent to Australia once a year to serve prison time because that's where the British used to send all of their convicts.
This is true. Historically, this is true.
I wonder what his crime was.
Oh, God. See, whilst you were saying that, I thought that maybe he was being punished by the local mayor for even planning this trip, and he's had to book some time off to attend a public hanging.
How dare you leave Hett?
Yeah, and so he's spending his final moments with Crystal.
Poor Dan.
Oh, Dad.
At least she's traveling with him, though.
Yeah. Wait,
I bet
how long is he gone for?
He's gone for like 3 weeks.
Oh, Jesus. I guess it's a long way to only go for any less amount of time.
My hope is that he's actually able to snap a picture this time that isn't blurry.
Yeah, well, he's got a better phone now.
I mean, better's a relative term. When you're upgrading from crap before to slightly less crap.
I think he just needs to stay still.
Dan, stop moving.
Yeah. And then he'd be fine. I said I hope he brought his Jock Buns shirt.
I think he did. I think he had to have.
Because last time Dan was in Australia, he had a photo of himself wearing Jack Jones t-shirt, but because of how the photo was taken and it was all creased up, it looked like it said Jock Buns.
That was a 2-man show with you and me.
Yeah, and so that's a name that stuck.
Yeah.
There you go. These 2-man shows do produce something.
Some quality.
Yeah. And what about what's his name?
The loud one. Yeah, the loud one.
The loud one.
So believe it or not, Mike actually found a place in his car to plug in an Ethernet cable, and he killed it.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Never ceases to amaze me, that guy.
That dude can break anything.
His history with Ethernet cables.
Oh, God. Somebody just teach this man about Wi-Fi.
I actually, in preparation for this show, broke my Ethernet cable. You know the little clip that keeps it in? I just pulled that up too far and it just snapped off.
You know they have Ethernet cables that have protective sheaths over that part?
Yeah, this one didn't have said sheath.
We've been using that style of cable for decades now. You'd think this is a problem we would have solved.
You're right. And
I can't tell you how many Ethernet cables I've destroyed by breaking that thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually still using that cable, but it seems to be fine so far.
I remember when PS2 first got their network adapter and Xbox was out with Xbox Live. Ethernet cables weren't cheap at that time.
No.
And I'd break them because we'd take our routers and our Ethernet cables and our Xboxes to friends' house and set up LAN parties. Invariably, they'd always get broken. So we'd always just stick them in and just hope they would stay. And somebody would come trotting through the living room and kick the router, and they'd all unplug from the back of the consoles.
And back then, that was the modern equivalent of someone kicking the N64 and it freezing.
Oh, no, yeah. Or somebody sitting down on the floor too hard next to the NES, and it starts doing that
Yeah, exactly.
The
Good
worst.
Times.
Yeah. So Mike isn't here because he broke his car. Kind of at a really bad time too. Wasn't he supposed to be on his way up to Sheffield to look at new apartments?
Yeah, I think he actually had a place more or less sorted in Sheffield. And then something went wrong, as often happens when you're in the middle of negotiating getting a house and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like I hear it all the time, especially when people are buying a property and like you're all psyched up for it and then it falls through and you feel like you're right back at square one again.
Yeah.
So I can totally understand. In London, you have to act so quickly on flats. When I first moved here, I went to my first apartment and I almost literally put my bag on the bed and said, "I'll take it." Like I'll when can I move in? Like here's the deposit in cash.
Opened up your suitcase and pulled out a few wadded circles of 20s.
Yeah, the greenbacks. Just spun it around on the table.
Yeah. Will this do?
Puffed my cigar.
I'll pay 6 months up front. Don't send them coppers round.
Yeah. I don't care about the moldy ceiling.
Yeah, I'll do.
I don't care about the dripping pipes. I'll take it. It's the best I'll get.
Oh, poor Mike. Mike. Yeah, he was really looking forward to this show too.
Yeah, well, it's his
it's his game.
I think he hits his game, right? Yeah.
He won't be here to defend it.
Oh god, that sounds bad already.
Spoilers
for the up and coming review.
But I think before we get into that, Tom, there was a Nintendo Direct that we should probably talk a little bit about.
Oh yeah, one of those cheeky little Nintendo videos.
Yeah. Yeah, where they directly announced some things.
You guys watched it before me. I had to catch it the following day.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever actually watched them. I usually just read about what's coming up. I watched a couple of the trailers, but
oh really?
Yeah.
I didn't read anything. I just watched it, but I skipped over quite a lot of the 3DS stuff. Not just because it wasn't completely applicable, but I did look at a few other bits. Like,
you don't have a 3DS, do you?
No,
Thomas.
No, apparently it's one of the weakest consoles.
I mean, that's wrong. That is just wrong.
I mean, it's just what I heard. All right.
Yeah, the old scuttlebutt on the side alleys.
The old scuttlebutt, yeah. Oh.
Word on the street, that 3DS a pile of shit.
Actually, my own experience with the 3DS was the original model with the little 3D slider.
Yeah.
And the one that's just like super flat. Is it the 2DS?
Yep.
And I had to go on your DS in Vegas. Don't read into that too much.
Oh yeah. But that was before. Did I have the 3DS XL at that point or not? Or is it still the little red one?
It was a big ass console, to be honest. I think it was the 3DS XL.
Probably, yeah. Oh man, I still play my 3DS every week.
Yeah, I thought that Nintendo would be slowly starting to phase that console out, but they've got plans for the releases in 2019.
Which is good, because I don't think the Switch is a viable replacement for the 3DS.
No, I think you're probably right.
It's just too big.
Yeah, the Switch, to me, is a home console that the little perk is that you can every now and again take it out of the dock and play it in a different room or something, or obviously when you're away. But I still prefer to take my Vita if I travel long distance.
Yeah, poor
because
Vita.
It's a proper portable. Yeah,
I do. Depends on what I'm playing at the time, though.
Yeah, true.
So the Nintendo Direct, they announced a lot of ports.
Oh yeah,
a lot of ports, and I've been going back and forth the past couple weeks about how I feel about this. Part of me feels like it's a cheap money grab.
Yeah.
But the other part of me feels, you know what, this is necessary because the Wii U sold like crap.
Yeah.
And a lot of the GameCube games are not available anywhere else. So kind of good on Nintendo for recognizing that and giving players or giving gamers a way to play these games in a modern setting.
Yeah, I think if you're a big Nintendo fan and you've owned a Wii U, a GameCube, 3DS, and you're a big collector, some of these ports can be quite disappointing. But Nintendo is obviously recognizing, okay, let's compile all the best games from the consoles that didn't do so well, that we know are good quality games, and let's get them on this system that everyone has and loves. It's kind of this is their moment to just bring it all back to the center, focus on having good games, and then maybe now they can try and push for creating some new IPs over the next 18 months.
I think what I'd rather have, though, is just, you know what, just put these games on a virtual console. What are we, almost a year out of the Switch? Still nothing on the virtual console.
I agree. I think, man, they should just put all the GameCube stuff on the virtual console. I mean, I heard rumors of that, and I really hope that's true, because there was a lot of content that I missed out on.
Oh, yeah, there's some great games. I mean, for example, they're porting Luigi's Mansion to the 3DS. What a great game to port.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't port that to the Switch.
It gives me hope, though, that down the pipeline there is a chance for them to do Super Mario Sunshine.
Yes, which
I don't care if it goes 3DS or Switch. I just want it somewhere that I can play it again.
Yeah, I never played that one. That's the one I've never touched.
I never finished it, but it had some really neat mechanics to it.
Yeah,
I think it's the least liked Mario game.
Yeah, I hear that too. Or at least, I mean, there are so many, but if you're just looking at the main 3D titles,
yeah,
then yeah. What else
about
from 3DS was there?
Let me see here. I've got the list up here in front of me. They're going to do Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story.
Oh, yes. That's the one I was thinking of.
I'm actually at the very tail end of Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions.
Okay.
What a fantastic game.
Really?
It was really interesting. I didn't realize how much they overhauled that game. They basically rebuilt it from the ground up. If you're looking at comparison shots between the Game Boy Advance original and the 3DS version, completely different games. But this one is technically the unofficial sequel to Super Mario RPG.
Oh, okay.
So it plays very similar in that, but you don't have a whole crew of people. It's just you and Mario, or it's Luigi and Mario, and Luigi is controlled by B and Mario is controlled by A. And as you're going through the game, you get different skills. Like you can stack on top of each other to jump higher. You can do a spinning tornado to go across longer gaps, or Mario can hit Luigi with a hammer and he goes underground, and you can go under fences or dig stuff up, and Luigi can hit Mario with a hammer and make him smaller to go through little holes. So they add a lot of really cool little puzzle elements to the overworld that way, but they also come into play for battle. So you can unlock different bro attacks where you can do different special moves based on button combinations and things that you've unlocked.
That's pretty awesome.
It's a really fun game. The combat is actually... Go ahead.
No, that's on the 3DS, right?
Yeah, and the Game Boy Advance. I think you'd really like the combat in it, because you can actually make it through entire battles without ever getting hit, because they give you such a diverse counterattack process. So every enemy can be dodged or attacked, but every enemy has different attacks. So they may shoot something at you that you can jump over or jump onto, or you can hit it back with your hammer, or you can dodge it certain ways. But every enemy feels fresh and new. And I don't know if they did this in the original, but they did a lot of really nostalgic nods in this, with different enemies and throwbacks to old Mario games. So, for example, later in the game, you come across Shy Guys that have guns, but instead of just normal guns, they have the Super Nintendo Super Scopes.
Oh.
So little things like that. And you come across old characters like Birdo and all the Koopa, like Wendy and Lester and Morton.
Nice.
It's a really fun game.
That's cool. I keep thinking of, and I think it's, I don't know, is it similar at all to, did you ever play Partners in Time?
Yes. Wait, Partners in Time.
Because that was quite RPG-ish, if I remember. But I don't remember if
that was that's one where they had like Baby Mario and Baby Luigi, right?
I think so. I just remember playing it on the original DS. But I don't know if it was Bowser's Inside Story or Partners in Time. I could be getting mixed up. But one of them is basically like an RPG, where you kind of go into turn-based battles.
Yeah, they both are.
Okay. So it must have been Partners in Time that I played then, because I don't recognize Bowser's Inside Story. But that's really good too.
I think Partners in Time came after Superstar Saga.
Okay, that makes sense.
But it was set in Mushroom Kingdom, whereas Superstar Saga was set in Bean Kingdom.
Okay, it was definitely Partners in Time then.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mario, there is one Mario game I've been playing non-stop this week.
Don't say Mario Run.
Oh god, it is.
Really? Did you pay the $10 to unlock it?
I paid. It was on sale at one point for £5 to unlock everything.
Huh.
But once you've unlocked everything, man, that game is huge.
Oh, I can imagine.
There's like 6 worlds, each with 4 levels, and then there's like various collectibles on each level, and then you've got a whole remix section where you do 10 mini levels at a time. Then there's the Toad Rally where you can compete online with other people, like kind of racing a ghost and collecting as many coins as possible and stuff. But yeah, for some reason I just find myself playing it on my commute all the time.
Huh.
The only problem with it is you have to be online to play.
Oh, so you can't play it in the subway.
God, it's so annoying. Yeah, you can't play on the subway. But other than that, I know it's been around forever, but I always used to just play the free one because I didn't want to pay the $10 or whatever it was. But yeah, that's actually a pretty fun game.
I remember playing the demo for it when it first hit Android, but it never really hooked me.
Yeah, no, it is all right. I mean, as far as mobile games go, I mean, it's got that Nintendo premium to it. It's got that feel. Like a lot of work has gone into it, and so it's better than a lot of the trash on the app stores. So, but yeah, just a little side note there. I've been playing that quite a lot.
Huh. I've been playing the Final Fantasy 15 mobile game, so.
Oh, yeah, you did mention that now. I remember.
It's quite good.
It's quite good.
It's quite good. It's really interesting to see how they've scaled down such an epic RPG into a bite-sized chunk and still retained that grandiose feeling of it.
So, obviously they've had to strip out tons of stuff. What have they kept? What's the core of this whole mobile experience?
The core of it is the story and the combat.
Okay.
So they've stripped out a lot of the menial side stuff. I'm still in the first episode of it, but the combat itself is actually really cool because it is still that live action combat, but it's all done based on tapping on the enemies, and then you can still dodge them. You can counterattack them based on different timed prompts. So it still has that same combat, that fast-paced, fluid combat feel to it.
Huh. That's amazing.
It's really neat. I think once I'm done with Superstar Saga, I'll finish that out.
Dive in.
Yeah. Superstar Saga suffers from one of my least favorite things in RPGs, where when you get to the end, it's just boss battle after boss battle after boss battle, back to back to back to back. And they introduced this thing where you have these timed bob-ombs where you have to defeat the boss in like 6 rounds or 6 turns. So if you haven't leveled up enough to be able to cause that much damage, you're screwed.
God damn it.
So there was one boss that took me like 15 attempts to beat. But what's nice is if you die, you can just hit retry and it starts you right back at the beginning of the battle.
Okay, that's not bad.
So you don't, instead of going back to your last save.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
That's pretty nice.
That's
so yeah, Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, I'm definitely looking forward to that because I'm a big fan of the Mario RPG stuff. The latest Paper Marios haven't been very fun.
I didn't play the more recent ones.
I didn't play Color Splash because I was so disappointed with Sticker Star. on the 3DS.
Okay. Why are they so bad? Why are they not as good these days?
It's still
I played the N64 one.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
The which one?
Nintendo 64.
Oh, yeah, 64, and then the Wii Super Paper Mario was awesome with that 2D to 3D shifting mechanic. That was great. Thousand Year Door, awesome on GameCube. And then Sticker Star was just boring. The combat revolved around you collecting these stickers, and then you had to use different stickers to attack. So if you ran out of the jump sticker, you couldn't jump on an enemy.
Oh, God.
And if you made it to the end of the game and you didn't have the right number or combination of stickers, you just couldn't beat it. And that's what happened to me. So instead of going back and farming stickers, like, I'm done.
That's strange because with Final Fantasy VIII, you used to have to farm spells. I quite enjoyed doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's a little bit of that to it, but I don't know. It just didn't have that same hook. So I'd like to see them do another Paper Mario, but kind of get back to the way things were with Thousand Year Door.
Yeah, we'll see.
Mario Tennis Aces.
That looks fun.
That looks fantastic.
That
because
looks really fun. Yeah.
I kind of hope it goes back to how Mario Tennis was on the Game Boy Advance, where it was like a full-fledged RPG.
Yeah, I think they will. I think that it looks like there's a... I was surprised that they were able to talk so long about it, because on the front of it, you just think it's a tennis game with some cool multiplayer and some extra mechanics. But when they really kind of did a deep dive into it, it sounded like there's a lot more to this game than I originally thought.
Yeah.
I'm quite excited for it.
So, speaking of that, some people have decided that using an image that was released for Mario Tennis Aces, they were able to deduce the height of every character within the Mushroom Kingdom using Luigi's penis as a reference point.
What?
Didn't you see this article?
No.
Oh, God. Here, you got to see this picture. Okay, so apparently in this main image that they released, you can see a clear bulge.
Oh, God.
So they said, okay, here we go. Here is the average length. And they're like, okay, flaccid, it's 3.7. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to calculate the size of a tennis racket, compare it to that size, and boom, we know how tall everybody else is in the Mushroom Kingdom. Apparently, Peach is only 3'3".
Yep.
Toad is 29 inches. Mario's mustache is about 1.5 feet long, and then Bowser is only 3'11". He's the size of a large child.
Oh my God. That's impressive.
But I don't understand why they needed to use his junk as a reference point, because they could have just used the size of,
I don't know,
a tennis racket anyway.
Yeah, I'm seeing this for the first time, so I'm clearly more baffled than anyone right now. This is really strange. It's a bit troubling that they went to the effort of creating such a bulge in Luigi's shorts.
I mean, it is obvious.
It's quite impressive.
At least doesn't have a smooth area.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But if you look at these images of these characters holding these rackets,
yeah,
it's obscene. Could you imagine trying to play tennis with a racket half your size?
Yeah, look at the. I don't know how Toad is managing to carry that racket. It is the head of the racket is bigger than twice the size of his face.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know how he walks anyway.
Yeah, because he only has a body and then feet, no legs.
Can you imagine your feet connected directly to your hips?
Toad's my favorite character in all the Mario
worlds.
Yeah, I love him.
I suppose he's pretty fun.
He's just such a happy guy. You never see Toad pissed off.
And he's always getting shit on.
Yeah, even when you come like last in Mario Kart, he's still like waving to the crowd.
Thanks for letting me play, guys.
It was to take you part of the count.
Here's our participation trophies. Speaking of Toad, Toad Treasure Tracker is coming out to the Switch.
Oh yeah, I never played it, but it actually looks really fun.
It does look kind of interesting.
What was your reaction to this? Because you've got a Wii U. Did you play this one already?
No, it never really appealed to me at the time, but I wasn't buying a whole lot of Wii U games. The only reason I bought a Wii U is for Yoshi's Woolly World and Smash Brothers.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course. But actually, that's interesting. Do you think Woolly World will come along?
Woolly World's already on the 3DS.
Oh, 3DS, okay.
Yeah. That is a great game.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to play that.
Oh, it's so much fun. I think they could definitely bring it to the Switch and it would sell well.
And didn't you get the little Yoshi, like, woolly toy as well?
Yeah. I have all three of them.
Neat.
4 of them, actually. They have
All
the
the
3
colours?
colors and then the Mega Yarn Yoshi.
Oh.
Yeah. He was
Yeah,
supposed to be
that's
rare,
neat.
and I went and stood in line for him at Toys R Us. God rest its soul.
Oh.
And now they're everywhere.
Yeah, just on that, we had the news here a few weeks ago that the Toys R Us had gone into administration,
Yep.
but then only a few days ago that it actually is now closing all of its doors.
All 800. So I'm going to try to go pillage the dead carcass of a few rotting Toys R Us in our town.
It's really sad, actually, when you think about it. Because
Well, it was a store when we were kids that was just for kids.
Exactly. I don't know what the setup is like over there, but Toys R Us, you don't get small Toys R Us stores in the UK. They're usually They're usually somewhat connected to motorways, and they're these huge retail stores.
And here they're usually connected to a Babies R Us, so you walk in and it's just
Yes.
one huge store.
Yeah, same.
I wonder if Babies R Us is going to go under.
I grew up in a small town, and so we didn't have any for miles and miles. But, so once in a blue moon, we'd end up in Toys R Us, and it was pretty magical as a kid to be in Toys R Us.
Oh, yeah. Literally everything in there is for you.
Yeah, yeah. So it's incredible. But yeah, couldn't get with the times, obviously, with online shopping.
Yeah, for me, it was KB Toys in our mall. Oh, it was so much fun.
Oh, KB Toys.
KB Toys. Some other things of note: Hyrule Warriors coming to Switch.
That was really fun, apparently.
Apparently, yeah. It was on the 3DS as well.
Huh. Man, the 3DS gets a lot of good games.
I know.
I should probably try and find one of those when I'm over in Canada.
Been saying this for years because
I
you
know.
can get the full DS catalog as well.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. I might have to start looking into this a little bit more seriously.
Yeah. You think?
Yeah.
The 3DS
But-
is fantastic.
But I'd have to get the one with the C-stick.
Yeah, just get the new 3DS. They have the new 3DS XL. You could just get the 2DS XL because it doesn't have the 3D, unless you really
Okay.
want that,
Nah.
and it's cheaper.
Sounds
And it
good
has
to
the
me.
C-stick.
Okay, 2DS. Does
Yeah.
it still fold like a clamshell?
Yeah, the 2DS XL does.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
I don't want
Tell
that flat one.
telling you, Tom,
You have.
it's a good.
Yeah.
I didn't steer you wrong on the Vita,
No, that's
and
true.
I'm definitely not steering you wrong on the 3DS.
I just want to play Bravely Default as well,
Oh man,
because I never played that.
get your hands on some Bravely Second then too.
Yeah. Turn off those random encounters.
Woo, doggy. Last bit, Okami HD coming. I don't know how I
Yeah.
feel about that.
No.
And then for you and me specifically, July 13th, Octopath Traveler.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Cannot wait.
Oh.
Cannot wait.
Makes me feel all the things.
It was kind of a strange reveal on this direct, in the sense of they just decide to tell you very briefly about a couple of characters, and then not much else.
I'm surprised they kept the name.
Oh, I know. Or didn't they drop Project?
Yeah,
I thought they would, but yeah, I was. Yeah, it's not the catchiest name, is it? Let's be honest.
No, but I do like it. It stands out enough. Like, I want to play that. It's about an octopus.
Put the card in the console.
I like me a good cephalopod game. They're stealthy like me. Colonel, I've been inked.
I've been inked. Colonel, don't bother with Splatoon. I'm not interested. I'm only interested in real bullets.
But I do. That's so dumb. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I suppose we should probably mention that Smash Brothers is coming to the Switch too.
Yes. What do you think of did you know when you were watching it, when you were seeing these kids running around with...
No, because then like, damn it, I don't like Splatoon. I understand that the world loves it. It's just, it's not my jam. And then I saw him turn around and I got really excited. Now, 2 years ago, I would have just given a long, prolonged wet fart noise to the sound of Smash Brothers. But after playing it on the Wii U as much as I did, yeah, I didn't grow up with it. Mm-hmm. I was more Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Soul Calibur.
Oh, man. I mean, I'm with you on that one with Tekken and Mortal Kombat for sure. But the first time I played Smash Bros was on the N64 at a friend's house, and we played 4-player all the time. And man, I just loved that game so much. But yeah, it was such a cool series.
I think for me it was Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Soul Calibur. There was definitive moves for what you were going to do. If you wanted to do this, you did that. This button combination got you that result every time.
Yeah.
I felt like, and I still kind of feel like this, Smash Brothers there's so much randomness to it.
There's so much going on. Sometimes you can't even see where you are.
Especially if you're doing 8-player, we'd get together and have 8-player Smash parties, and you turn items on, it's just chaos.
Yeah. And it has that Mario Kart feel whereby anyone can win. Like, obviously, skill really does. The same best person will tend to win overall, but somebody who's only just picked up the controller has a really good just as much of a chance because of all the items and stuff like that.
So we instituted a couple house rules where whoever comes in last gets to choose the next character for the person who came in first.
I remember because I played Smash Bros with you guys.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And we chose like Rob the Robot or something for whoever came first, and still beat everybody.
So everybody got really good with everybody, and the only person that we'd always choose, like, please God, not Olimar. Don't let it be Olimar. And
who the hell was that?
From Pikmin.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah. And then after you left, we instituted another rule where if you got 0 kills, you got obliterated with titty twisters.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh, yeah.
That's so horrible. Has it happened to you?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, it's rough.
Oh, that's so horrible.
Yeah.
But I guess that's serious motivation right there.
It's incentive. And it's really interesting because you don't realize how much people are paying attention to who's getting what kill. So you're getting down to your last life and everybody's like, hey, you don't have a kill yet. Yeah, so
that's
then you
brutal.
And then people try to gang up on you to take you down. Yeah, it's not one of our best house rules, but it's one that's stuck.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, so
I think I only played that version of Smash Bros with you. That's the first time and last time I've played it, but I got pretty good with Bayonetta.
I really hope that they don't just do a straight port for this. I have a feeling that it's gonna be a port.
Yeah, I don't think it will be. I think it will I think a lot of it will be ported, but when they were showing in the teaser, it looked like that was the Link from Breath of the Wild,
Yeah.
and stuff. So maybe some of the models will be different and stuff like that. But I don't know. I feel like if it was coming next year, I'd feel more confident that it was an actual new game.
Well, when did the Wii U Smash come out? That came out in 14, so it's been 4 years.
Long enough then. Maybe long enough for a new game, but I'm not totally confident just because of Mario Kart and stuff like that.
I feel like if they were going to do a straight port, they would have released it alongside or similar time frame as Mario Kart, because...
You reckon?
Well, last year.
I guess.
Because Mario Kart Wii U came out in 14. It actually came out earlier than Smash.
Man.
I just hope they don't, because then to me that would feel like the ultimate cheap money grab, because then they're not going to... I don't want to say they're not going to, but I feel like they'd be less likely to release another Smash, like an actual new from the ground up Smash, in a respectable time frame. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because who knows how long this new console generation is going to last.
Yeah, we have no idea. I wonder if we're going to start moving into iterations. So we'll still have the Switch, but it will be Switch 1.5 or something.
I don't know.
You look at how it's going with PS4 and Xbox. We seem to be in the 4.5 era right now.
I think we're ripe for a PS5.
Yeah.
Mainly because the Xbox One X has shown what a home console can truly do. It has the built-in Ultra HD Blu-ray player. It has native 4K, which is a little disappointing to look at the PS4 Pro and go, oh, it's kind of upscaled 4K, so still looks good, but I think the technology and the demand is there, especially with display technology being where it is now, to warrant a PS5.
Yeah.
But I think you're right to a degree. We might still be in the iterations where the Xbox One X will still play all of the Xbox One games.
Exactly.
So I really hope we get back into the age of backwards compatibility.
I hope so too. I think we're on our way for sure, simply for the case of digital preservation. I love, we always talked about on the show many times, owning physical games.
Yeah.
But for the convenience and benefit of many, it does make sense to have a lot of digital games too, especially for indie titles and stuff. So,
well, it makes them more accessible, and they can keep the prices down because they don't need to pay for packaging and distribution and shelf space.
Yeah, and Nintendo have this very fragile ecosystem at the moment. You know, the whole buying the same game dozens of times on all these different virtual consoles. So they need to be careful about alienating current Switch owners and releasing a new Switch or a new platform in the next few years. I would say they've got to really stretch this one out for as long as they can. Get it all together, get everyone signed up and together on the same page, and then bring that chunk of users to the next stage in the most seamless transition they can think of.
Well, I think they've done a really good job of repairing their somewhat tarnished reputation. The Wii U really did them no favors.
Oh God,
it was a laughing stock. It was a few steps above Virtual Boy.
Yeah, it just didn't know what it was. I was so confused by the Wii U. It was a really nice idea, but I think the Switch is what that was supposed to be.
Well, I think they needed to release that to pave the way for the Switch.
Yeah, learn from your failures, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, when I was at E3 when they announced the Wii U, it was magical. It was super cool. That Nintendo booth was awesome.
Really?
Oh yeah, and all the games that they had out for it. You're collecting all these different pins if you went and played the different Nintendo Land games. It
Oh,
was
wow.
it was really cool.
Huh. So there was quite a lot of buzz around the Wii U at that time then.
Oh yeah,
People were
playing
excited about
Zombie
it.
U, and they had a version of Luigi's Mansion where did you ever play? Probably not, but there's a Pac-Man game on GameCube where you could connect your Game Boy Advance to it, and
man.
the person that was playing with the GameCube controller was looking at the TV, and they were the ghost. And
Okay.
or no, they were the Pac-Man or something like that. And they had to go hunt the other characters who were all looking at their Game Boy Advance screen. And they could see each other and the ghost, but the ghost on the main TV couldn't see the rest of them. So they had a variation of that with Luigi's Mansion for the Wii U, and sat and played that for half an hour, 45 minutes, and it was just a really cool booth. So it was disappointing to see the lack of developer buy-in on the Wii U, because it was a good console. It just was stupid that they released a 32 gigabyte version. The hell good is that going to do? Oh, you can put an external hard drive on it.
Nice idea, poor execution then.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, it has some fun games on it, but which is why I'm not too sad about ports.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think is it Tropical Freeze? Donkey Kong is coming to Switch as well. That was a Wii U game.
That was a Wii game, wasn't it?
I think it was Wii U. Because I never played it.
What was the Donkey Kong Wii game? Because that game was fun. Donkey Kong Country Returns is what it was. So Tropical Freeze was the Wii U. The Returns was really cool because it had like those silhouetted levels where everything in the foreground, including the character, was all black, and in the background were these really grandiose sunsets.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a really neat game. Super difficult though. Holy cow.
Oh, really?
I have the Donkey Kong Country Returns on 3DS, and I just can't beat it again. It's so hard.
Damn. I was obsessed with the Donkey Kong Land games on Game Boy. Those were really good.
Oh, yeah.
But, Game Boy Color as well.
I don't know. What are we, 3 months from E3?
March, April, May. Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
So
it'll definitely be interesting to see.
We'll see, yeah. I mean, actually, to be honest, one of the things I'm most looking forward to is Dark Souls.
Oh, man.
Because I've never played it, so this is perfect for me. But I understand for people who've already been through the whole series that maybe it's not such a big deal. But for a Nintendo audience and for people like me that missed it the first time around, it's a neat idea to put that on the system. And for cheaper cost too. Like you can pick up pre-order it for about £27-28 at the moment.
Interesting.
So,
that's something that you're going to have to get used to in Canada, is paying more for games.
I think you're right.
I think they're like 70 Canadian?
Yeah. Their currency is definitely a bit more inflated. But yeah, I'll have to figure out. I mean, it's definitely more expensive for games out there, so we'll see.
Oh,
see
man. So $59 US is 77 Canadian.
Right.
So that's what we pay. I believe Canadian games are 69. I mean, I guess
is it more or less the same when you work it out? I don't know.
More or less, I guess. Actually, looking at that now, it's cheaper. It's 52 US if it's 69 Canadian.
Right.
But either way, yeah, you're going to have to... I think you'll come... I don't know if Canada's standardized on their cost of games.
Yeah, I'm not sure. To be honest, it's going to be crazy anyway, because I'll be looking to buy like milk, and I'll just be like, well, okay, I don't know how much that really is. Like, Am I getting a good deal or am I not getting a good deal?
Yeah, it'll take you probably a couple years to get used to the currency rate.
Absolutely. I'll always be in my head converting to pounds. Yeah, I know I shouldn't, because obviously I hope to be working out there. So...
and eventually sneaking your way south.
Yeah, well, yeah. Once I got that assistance money, I got to figure out if it's worth it or not. Yeah. So, yeah, exciting times.
Good stuff.
That was a good direct.
Yeah. Anything else from there?
No.
Let me see. I'm just going to go through the notes here really quick. Nobody, I mean, I don't want to say nobody, but I don't care about Splatoon 2. There's some stuff coming.
South Park.
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Like,
Yep.
You're late to the party, guys.
A little bit. Missed the window.
And Undertale is coming to Switch.
Eventually.
Oh, I didn't think much of like the WarioWare stuff.
Yeah. Not
like,
so
whatever.
much. Not so much, Thomas.
Nerp.
Nerp. Should we get to our game of the week?
Yes, we should.
Tom, I'm going to let you take this because you're more versed in it than I am.
You say that, Eric. You say that.
Yeah.
But
Can you make it so? Can you make it so?
Yeah. Well, we played Splinter Cell this week. The original Splinter Cell.
Yes.
Can't remember the date. 2004, I think it came out.
2002.
Oh shit! Really?
This game's old.
Good. I've done fucked up already.
Damn it, Tom!
I had
Can't
one
you
job.
do nothing correct?
Yeah. So, I have to bring up a little anecdote here. Splinter Cell was the reason that I traded my PS2 for an Xbox.
Sinner.
Can you imagine trading a console in with all your games just for one game on another console?
Nope, I
Yeah.
can't. I mean, Dan's probably really familiar with that.
It was really dumb. It was one of my dumbest moves.
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, I traded a bunch of games from my PlayStation 1 to get PS2 games, like all my super rare RPGs that I want to go back and punch 15-year-old Eric.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Hey, asshole, that thing's worth money. Stop it.
Yeah, I traded Star Ocean, the second story, on PS1 for like £10. I think that's worth maybe 100 now.
I used to have a ton of the working design games, the Lunar 1 and 2 complete collections with all the shit.
Shit.
I bought them for like
all the
$35.
maps
They
and
go for $80-$90 now.
Wow.
Maybe
Same
traded
as
them for
Suikoden.
$7. Oh yeah, I had so many games that I just went, oh, I want to get that new Madden 2002 because them character eyes look so real. Need me that smuggler's run.
That's so true. It's just so true. God. That was the thought process.
Well, think about it though. I was 15. The PS2 had just come out. Games were $50. Which is actually cheaper than what I had been paying because N64 era they were $70.
Which is crazy.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
adjusted for inflation, I mean that's like $95 to $110.
It's mad. The N64 games here were £60. No games £60 now.
Ooh.
Like, not even close.
That's why I like standardization.
I can understand that. But yeah, so I remember I took my PS2 to this shop to trade it for an Xbox with Splinter Cell, and the PS2 wouldn't work
Oh no.
because when we were driving with it, it fell off the back seat, and the laser had been knocked out, and it made a horrible whirring noise when you turned it on.
Oh, so did you get anything for it?
So I rang Sony, and then they came round and picked it up, and then they came back 3 days later with a brand new one,
What?
which was, yeah,
No.
that was, yeah, it was in like a warranty whereby you could ring them and they would take just the console and power cable, and then they would come back with them both with either the same one fixed or a new console, like no box or anything, just in a wrapper.
Huh.
It was a really cool service. I don't think you could get that anymore, but
Oh no, no. They're like, yeah, go buy a new one.
Yeah. So as soon as that happened, I took it straight to the shop again. And got my
The
Xbox
universe, Tom, the universe gave you a second chance to rethink your terrible life decision. And you went, nah.
Nah, fuck that shit.
I'm Tom. I'm going to see this as my second chance to get that Splinter Cell.
Yeah. I got Halo, Project Gotham Racing, and Splinter Cell.
God, I loved PGR.
It was so good.
And then PGR 2. Oh.
The thing is, Microsoft did a pretty good job with putting original Xboxes in gaming stores and supermarkets. They would just put them there so you could play them. And I was always playing Halo and stuff in the shop after school, and with the old Duke controller.
Yeah.
And that was what I was like, I actually really like this system. And it had Xbox Live, and I had really good internet at the time.
I mean, the Xbox One was definitely superior. Or the original Xbox, not Xbox One.
Yeah, they like graphically and everything. It was and I could put in my music CDs, rip them to the hard drive, and listen to my music while playing Sega GT and Jet Set Radio. I had Jet Set Radio on there. Yeah, it was a really cool system. Definitely not as good as the PS2 when it came to games and stuff, but there were just things about Splinter Cell in particular that I really liked. Like it has some really cool like graphical features, like if you kind of walked into a curtain, the curtain would move with you. Like it kind of responded well to the environment. Like objects in the environment would respond to when you collided with them. And I just thought it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen, so I really wanted that game. So, but yeah, so that's what we've been playing for the last 2 weeks, and it has not aged well.
Whoo, boy, it has not.
Yeah, so I played it on the PS3, the HD collection. Eric, you played on the PS2?
I did, yes, I did.
Yeah, that must have been very rough.
I tried desperately to find the HD collection, which apparently is super difficult to get a hold of. It's not expensive. It's only like $15. Really hard to find.
Wow.
Stupidly, the Sunday of our last show, I was out across town, and I found a GameStop that had one, so I had him put it on hold, and then I'm like, you know what, I need to make sure it's complete, because I want it in the box with the manual. Called him up, said, is it complete? No, it's not. And I went, fine, I don't want it. I couldn't find it anymore after that. Like, I couldn't even find a loose copy after that. Like, maybe that was because as soon as I started this, I went, I really need the HD collection. And the HD collection on PS3 was the same cost as just Splinter Cell HD on PS3 digitally. Like, well, may as well get 3 games if I'm going to pay that price. And by the time I had come to that conclusion, it was already too late for me to start over.
Eric.
The PS2 version is not friendly.
God, the PS2 version is the worst version, because I remember playing it much later on, and even the original Xbox version is much nicer to play. The PS2 version is basically a port from Xbox, so it's really rough. And it's very rough around the edges.
After I'd bought this and got halfway home, I realized probably should have got this on the Xbox, because when I was standing there in the used game store, I didn't remember it came out on Xbox.
Oh, shit, son.
Yeah, not my finest moment.
No. Should have given Tommy an old ring.
Yo, Thomas, what's that console you got that Splinter Cell on? I need to see it.
Yeah.
The main reason it hasn't aged well is because the mechanics are a little clunky, and
it's fiddly. Yeah,
it really is. The hit detection is really narrow, and then that's just for the combat. For just interacting with things, it's microscopic. But I think this is just a little bit of me being accustomed to modern gaming. The fact that it didn't have a quick save feature and knowing that
God.
the HD collection did, it just
Yes.
ruined the game for me. Absolutely ruined it because it's so unforgiving.
Yeah, it really is. Like the saving system. I mean, I was using quick save, but from what I remember, yeah, it's few and far between. Like you can mess up right before a checkpoint, and it's very sudden as well. It's very unforgiving. Like some guard will find a body, and then you're completely screwed.
Yeah, that you're pretty sure you've hidden. I hid this in a meat locker behind 3 shelves and turned the lights off. How did a guard just stumble on a body back there? You could be 3/4 of the way through a level, and the guard's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go get me a piece of meat." Body done.
Yeah, it sucks. So, yeah, I mean, so Splinter Cell, it's a pure stealth. It's a pure stealth third person.
It's
action
per its
adventure
subtitle,
game.
stealth action redefined.
Oh yeah,
I think
Sure
David
is
Hayter
good.
would have a thing or two to say about that.
Sam Fisher's no match for me.
What is redefined? If your stealth is defined, then it's not very stealthy.
Sam, you don't even have a cardboard box.
Those fucking green goggles are going to give you away. Turn your
All the
radio
gear,
off.
all the gear, and no idea.
I saw you a mile away.
Thermal, what a joke.
It's the splits. You bet.
What are you doing in a pipe? Oh man, but this one, Splinter Cell, does not let you get away with any
Bullshit.
bullshit. It's really brutal. It's like stick to the shadows, shoot the lights, interrogating guards.
If you can get a hold of them.
If you can grab them, I mean, that's pretty tough in itself.
Because it's really clunky in how they have you capture people. And how they have you do anything. So there's not a button assigned to something. You know, like in Metal Gear. There'll be a lot of correlations drawn between this and Metal Gear. And
Sure.
I think it's bound to happen.
Yeah.
Metal Gear, you walk up behind somebody, you press square. And it grabs them. Here,
You open a menu.
you open a menu. And you have an option of grab character or fiber cable or lockpick. It's like, just fucking grab the guy.
You don't want to move. I've got a lockpick to your throat.
I'm going to pick your belt.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I forgot all about that. So you basically, as you become close enough proximity to a guard, you get this menu in the top right. And so first of all, you have to push an action button to access that menu. Then you can use your D-pad to move through the menu, by which time, the guard may have moved forward, or he may have, worse, turned around. So it's that kind of clunkiness that makes you feel like you're being treated a bit unfairly as the player.
It's just poor design.
It's poor game design, yeah, for sure.
And the thing that killed me is to get close enough to these characters, you often had to crouch because every NPC or guard in this game has hearing of a hawk. I mean, if your shoelace is dragging on the floor, they'll hear you. Huh, what's that? And then they bust you. So you need to creep up on this guy really slow. So not only do you need to time your approach so that you're walking as they're coming past you so you can be close enough before they turn around, you then need to stand up, which the action of standing up makes noise. So you need to stand up and press X immediately so that you're up high enough to grab them.
Is somebody there?
Nothing here.
No, you're exactly right. It's the margin of error is tight. I really liked this game back in the day, and I think it's just having more time to play games, and without the time pressure of finishing a game for us to talk about it, you could really spend a lot of time sneaking around and making sure you didn't get caught, or even alert anyone once. You can kind of keep to the shadows, hang off a railing, and actually every scene that's set up, just never think for a minute that you're just going to be able to run through it or even crouch run. You've got no chance.
See, that was my initial failing in approaching this game. Was I generally, like with Metal Gear Solid 2, I take the approach of everyone dies regardless.
Yes.
I may knock you out, but I'm still going to put a bullet in your head.
Yeah.
You can't do that here because the ammunition is almost non-existent.
That's true. You actually only really seems like you're supposed to use your gun to add to your stealth options, like shooting out lights or causing perhaps a distraction somewhat.
And I guess that is a fair point. The game itself isn't terrible. It's really cleverly designed. You have a lot of really cool maneuvers and ways to get through a particular level.
Yeah.
It's just, like you said, the margin of error is so slim that you have to know exactly what you're doing, and the execution of those maneuvers isn't always seamless. So he's got this one move where if you want to get up to a higher ledge, you can jump up and then press triangle again, and he'll sidekick off of a wall. Well, if you're rotated even a fraction of a degree too far, he might sidekick off the wrong wall.
Yes. Yeah. Which could cause... I mean, that action in itself is going to cause a serious amount of noise.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you're screwed if you've gone the wrong way and there's people nearby.
Well, there was one where I got to the top of the stairs, and there were two dudes sitting at a desk in the dark, and I saw a pipe up above. I'm like, maybe I need to wall kick off this side wall and then get to the pipe and shimmy my way across the room on the pipe and drop down. It's going to be super cool and stealthy. I tried 15 times to do that. As soon as you kick off the wall, they're like, huh? And turn around and shoot you. And then I discovered, it's simpler than that. I just crouch walk behind these guys.
Yeah, you just need to go through the door behind them, right?
Yeah. So I wasted a ton of time. And that's what really killed me with this game, is that by doing that, I had to restart the level and go through 2 more similar scenarios of sneaking through just to get back to where I had died before.
Exactly. I think a lot of my love affair with this game was from it, because it feels very James Bondy.
Yeah.
You have all these gadgets, you're well funded, the operation is tight, and you have a good support team. It's not like Snake in Metal Gear. He's just kind of dropped into situations and he's a bit more of a ragtag team with Otacon, and whereas you're actually representing the NSA, I guess. And it's you have all the latest gear, and you just feel like a real spy because you're having to access computer terminals and data sticks and intercepting communications. There's
and in typical fashion, your information is withheld to the nth degree.
Yeah,
he's like, it's my job to know everything. He's like, hey, there's a guard coming down that's going to have this clearance. He's like, that's detailed information, whatever your name is. He's like, it's my job to know everything. So you can tell that. I don't know the ending of this game because I never finished it. I made it 25% of the way through, and I played it every night.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. I did not make it far. There were 3 nights in a row where I didn't make it past the same spot.
That's so frustrating.
So
That's the worst.
Chrissy's like, why are you still playing this? Because I need to try to finish it. Didn't even get close. And then one night I finally made it past that part just to get to another part after that was the exact same. Done. Not doing this.
Oh, I feel your pain. I mean, to play it on PS2, that it makes the game 100 times harder, to be honest. How far did you get then? Like roughly, which mission was it? What did you have to do?
Oh boy, not far. So the place that I got stuck the most was you get dropped into the ceiling vents, and you have to drop down into the meat locker, and then this guy comes in and spits in the soup for the general. You have
Oh,
to
okay.
you have to knock out the cook, drag him back, and then you have to walk out, knock out that guy, then go down the stairs, and then there's a guy standing behind a desk and another guard pacing. You have to go down the stairs, grab him, drag him up, knock him out, and then lure the other guy back upstairs to knock him out, activate the computer, and then a general comes out with a machine gun, and you have to try to capture the general to put his face into the retinal scanner.
Got you.
That part I failed 100 times.
Oh man,
Just couldn't do it. And then I made it after that where you had to use the directional microphone on the elevator, and I just couldn't get through the courtyard.
Man, I failed that bit so many times.
Yeah.
Because I just kept they kept going out of range, I guess.
Huh.
Did that happen to you a lot? I kept losing them.
No, what happened to me like 3 or 4 times was as I was getting ready to pull out the directional microphone, I failed the mission because at that point you could still have 0 alarms.
Yes, correct.
So although I had gone through a checkpoint, I was still failing because they were finding a body from the previous section.
Yeah, that's where you can get really stuck. It's a flaw in the game design again, I feel.
Yeah.
Because it should tell you... It's a little bit like those back in the day when you would save your game. There's a game where you can save anywhere, and you happen to save just before you die, or like you've got no health.
Yep.
And you've totally screwed yourself. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a little bit like that, but they're using their own problems there. That like it's fucked up.
So the only way I got through that was I had to pull out because I didn't want to be in the center of that courtyard, so I'd try to move off to the side to pull it out. So I'd move a little bit, pull it out, get through that section, but then as soon as they were done talking, there was another guard there that spotted me immediately. I just couldn't find the right spot to sit where I wouldn't fail either way.
Okay.
So I don't have the patience for this right now.
Yeah, that sucks. And it's a very generic story with this game. Did you find that it's very like between missions, it tends to cut to like a newscast.
And it's so poorly acted.
And it's very poorly acted. They try and make it look like it's from a real news channel in the US, and it's very focused on war in the Middle East and stuff, and Russia, and it's very I don't know, it's just quite predictable, and
which is sad
cliche,
because it's a
bit cliche.
It's a Tom Clancy game, and he is just the master of spy novels.
Yeah, exactly. But this just feels a bit more on the nose with that kind of stuff. I don't know.
It's a bit heavy-handed.
It is. It's very. I don't know. Yeah, it's. There are some Tom Clancy. You can see it coming through from like his books and stuff, but it's just it's so easily forgettable. I think it's something to do with the first part of it. The Georgian president has been assassinated.
Yeah.
And then it's just kind of loads of war pieces from there, like various hacking and Ministry of Defense here and there trying to get involved and all this kind of stuff. And in the end, I'm just like, skip.
Don't care.
More war stuff. I'm a NSA guy trying to find information. And you're kind of, quite often you're tracking or trading people of interest.
Yeah.
So the mission after the one you got stuck on, I think it is anyway, is on an oil rig, which is actually quite different to the other missions before it. You have to, you're kind of running along these narrow skyways, like kind of, and there's the whole oil rig is on fire, like a plane or a helicopter, I can't remember, has hit the oil rig, and there's just fire everywhere. And the first part of the mission is you're trying to climb all around the apparatus to get to the other end. So as you're just avoiding fire and stuff, there's no stealth, it's just trying to figure your way around. And then when you eventually get to the rig, that's where it's back to business as usual. But you're basically tracking this this guy with a briefcase, and you have to find the right moment to knock him out. And you can imagine how that goes, because you have to run after him, but you don't want to be alerting loads of people, so it can get really tricky. It can get a bit hairy in places. And then when you do try and use the knockout mechanic, as you run up to somebody and try and knock them out, Sam Fischer kind of stands still and does the action to knock them out. So you can't run and elbow. You have to run, stop, and then press R1 to elbow. So it's really unnatural.
And hope you've stopped close enough to hit them, but not too close to the fact that you're going to bump them and alert them.
Exactly. And then alert them, or I don't know what would happen. Maybe you just can't do that. I don't know. But that's where it gets really clunky when you're having to do like precision stuff like that. And then the mission after that was in this, you have to infiltrate the CIA headquarters, and that's
isn't that one where you can't
really
kill
tough.
Anybody?
You can't kill anyone at all. You can't even knock them out, I don't think.
Oh,
Not to my knowledge, because anytime I knocked them out, I would get like either a warning or the mission would end. And it's really difficult. There's cameras everywhere. You can't shoot the lights out because that's just going to cause an issue. It starts to become tiring, and it's definitely not fun.
huh?
Which is a shame. It's a bit of a shame. But
Yeah, it just felt where Metal Gear, I could always get over the difficulty spikes in it because I was so engaged in what was going on.
yeah,
And I think that's where developers really need to focus on a great balance, is if you have something that is a bit lackluster, make sure that something else can make up for that. So Splinter Cell, you've got really clunky combat with really clunky story. They don't balance each other out. So if you're really bad story but great gameplay, it can be forgiven, and vice versa. And that's not to say Splinter Cell is a terrible game. It definitely isn't a bad game. It just has not aged well.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
I think the later games in the series got a lot better.
They did. In the first two games, there's just this horrible amount of trial and error that just doesn't work. It's too slow for trial and error. It's not like Super Meat Boy, where as soon as you fuck up, you restart the level instantly and you're back into it and you learn it and you figure it out and you have that satisfying gameplay loop. This is, you could really be like walking on eggshells and being so careful and being really verbose with all your actions and everything you're doing, and then one little fuck up and you're right back at the checkpoint again.
Oh, it's brutal. It does not encourage trial and error at all.
Exactly, and that's just really unfair. Splinter Cell Chaos Theory is the third game in the series, and that's generally favoured to be the better of the three. They really kind of nailed the balance there, and it's a much better game. It also has held up better by today's standards. Games that were released after Chaos Theory, we were starting to get into the PS3, Xbox 360 era, and those were really good games too. They actually kind of loosen up quite a lot on the stealth side of things, and you can definitely get away with gunning down a bunch of people and not being penalized for it.
Yeah, like Double Agent, right?
Double Agent, Conviction. Conviction was a really good one that only came out on the 360, unfortunately.
Which one is the one where you could do multiplayer and go through certain missions together?
Was it like a PS3 era? Or is it an older one?
No, I think it was Double Agent.
Oh, Double Agent. Yeah, on the PS3. I think you're probably right. I know there was a 2-player mode on Pandora Tomorrow.
Yeah, I didn't play that one. Multiplayer, here we go. So I'm looking it up. Oh, there's a PlayStation 2 and Xbox version of Double Agent.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize that bridged the generations.
Yeah, because it came out very early, Double Agent, on the PS3 life cycle. And then I think one of the most recent ones was Blacklist. That might be the last one, actually.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I did not enjoy that one. I played it very briefly. It's lost its way. And also, they got a different voice actor for Sam Fischer, and I think he's quite a good voice actor.
Not in this first game.
Not in the first game,
Okay,
no. But
no.
Yeah. He's so American, though.
Yeah.
Like the game in general has like a very strong American theme. I mean, I know he's obviously representing NSA and there's a lot of CIA stuff and everything, but it's a very
y'all need some freedom.
It's got a very pro-American feel to it.
Yeah,
you know, it's that kind of America's answer to Metal Gear almost. It feels in some ways.
Hey Kojima, this ain't how this stuff plays out. We're gonna send someone in. He's gonna kill a bunch of people, probably blow a few things up, come back, freedom.
Yeah, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. There are actually some really cool gadgets in this game that I'd never seen before in other action games. So like the lockpick is actually quite a nice mechanic. So you use the analog sticks to find the little catches in the lock.
It was very reminiscent of Oblivion.
Yeah, exactly. Now this is 2002, so I mean that's quite ahead of its time using that mechanic. I mean that's the first time I'd ever seen it.
Yeah.
You see it all the time now. Also the optic cable, so that you could look under doors.
I really liked that.
That's such a neat feature. Like, Splinter Cell, I think, as we've already deduced, not without its major game design flaws, but has some really neat ideas.
Well, the optic cable came in handy in a couple different spots because very early there was a hallway that I just bust through the door, and there's a guard that patrols that hallway.
Yeah.
And he just walks back and forth and stupidly just stands and faces that door like, I wonder if someone's going to come through. I'm here. I'm going to get them. I'll get them. They come through. Oh, I got to turn around, go back the other way. Maybe they'll come through now. So the first time I did it, he was standing right there, and I failed.
Yeah.
So
of course.
you stick the optic cable under there, and you can watch the guard come back and forth and know when you're supposed to go through the other side. It's really neat, and I liked how they answered this. So they answered this problem instead of giving a mini map. You know, Metal Gear's always felt a little cheaty in that. Like, I'm just going to look at this map and wait for him to turn around and go the other way. It required you to have an intimate understanding of the routines of where the guards were.
Yeah, absolutely. And encouraging you to use the devices that you had. So, I mean, I take it you probably would have used night vision quite a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I always had that thing on.
Yeah.
And I didn't find myself using the thermals very much.
No.
Nice idea, but I don't know why you'd really need it that much. Maybe in later levels. But yeah, like all the gadgets and stuff were very cool. They all kind of added to the spy element. You know, I'm gonna use everything in my toolbox to explore this world and get through without being seen, even though it's hard as fuck.
Yeah. I'm still going to be seen. I'm still going to fail. But I got some cool stuff.
Yeah. But it made you think twice before just opening doors. Like, you'd be like, okay, how am I going to do this? What's my approach going to be?
Yeah.
And every now and again, there'd be a room that was more like a closet that you could, and you'd kind of clock that and think, okay, I have a room now that I know I can drag bodies to.
Yeah. And then turn the light switch off.
Exactly. Yeah. I always thought that was quite cool too. Like, sometimes the guards would switch the lights on. If you
just find a pile of corpses.
Yeah.
The other clunky aspect of it, though, is like you have this body slung over your shoulder. You can't use your open arm to open the door. You have to set the body down, open the door, pick the body up, and hope that the door hasn't automatically closed before you're able to get the body in.
Oh, God. Yep. That is very annoying.
I got busted a few times trying to sneak bodies through.
Oh, damn.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can't obviously pull a gun out while carrying anyone either.
No. I didn't like... Oh, go ahead.
No, go on.
As I say, I didn't like how when you have a person captured, you have your gun to their head. Your only option is to knock them out.
Yeah. You can't pull the trigger.
No, you can't. It's like, I'm going to knock you out and then pull the trigger. But I suppose this game had a teen ESRB rating, and that probably would have been a bit.
Oh, did it? Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So I think to keep that teen ESRB rating, they try to minimize the overall violence.
Yeah, the stat. That makes sense. Yeah.
So, definitely a rough slog. How far did you make it?
So I made it to basically the end of that CIA mission I was talking about. So we're talking level 5, I think. And there are 11 missions, so not a particularly great effort either. But it was hard. It was just... And I had autosave.
Yeah, and Mike was saying that you can basically autosave every 10 feet if you wanted to.
Yeah, it's that sort of system.
Nah.
But it had a weird thing whereby if you died or failed the mission, and you were just hammering X to try and reload your last save, for me, the reload menu would default on restart previous mission.
Oh, no.
So it would load an entirely different mission every time I died if I was impatient, basically. Which was super annoying.
That's frustrating.
Yeah, the menu system was just a really strange one. Like, especially when you were choosing through the your weapons and your gadgets, like you had this kind of row at the bottom, which is like a main navigation, and then it had sub navigation items with your stuff and everything. It was just, the whole thing was quite slow. Slow moving.
I think my favorite sound effect from the whole game is when Sam takes a med pack and he goes, "Oh yeah,
oh yeah," I forgot that.
And then he's got a couple different sound effects. His other one's like,
Yeah, he's quite grunty. He's very gruff.
delicious. Yes.
Grimm's daughter. How do I find him? Buy his license plate. And what if he's not with his car?
He's taking a piss.
His driver will be.
That was the dumbest thing. They made such a point of giving you the license plate number, and you didn't need to use it. It's like, I'm in this car park. Here's the only car here. Wonder which car it is.
Yeah. So dumb.
No.
Do you know this game was on the Nokia N-Gage?
I saw that.
Yeah, I played it on the N-Gage when it first came out. It was so bad, as you could probably expect.
It was also on the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's a side-scroller.
Oh, Jesus. I remember when they did that on the Game Boy. It was such a cop-out, because I didn't have a home console for quite a while, and I was like, oh, sweet, Perfect Dark on the Game Boy Color. I love Perfect Dark. Let's buy Perfect Dark. Oh. I'm just
Crap.
Jill, whatever her name was, running around side to side.
Yeah.
This is not what I thought it was.
Yeah. No thanks.
Yeah.
That's back when they were just putting garbage on the Game Boy Advance. Oh man.
Sucked.
The Game Boy Advance had some great games, but it also had a ton of crap.
Just total shovelware.
Oh yeah.
But you're right. Things like, it had some real gems. I remember playing Advance Wars.
Oh yeah.
My God, that game was so good.
Yep.
A whole ton of others, but yeah.
So there came out on quite a few consoles: Xbox, Windows, PS2, GameCube. Which I was just reading something about the differences. The GameCube has all of the exact same cinematics, but if you had a Game Boy Advance with a link cable, you could get a real-time overhead map.
Wow.
So you could have your...
So you never had to use...
Yeah.
That's cheating. That's totally cheating.
Hey, I mean, if you're going to pay for the extra hardware, at least get a...
Oh, yeah. Pay to win.
I I did that with Battlefield 4, where you could connect your iPad to Battlefield and get an overview map.
Wow.
Instead of having the small microscopic mini map in the corner.
Interesting. I've never done this sort of stuff, really, where you connect other devices to get
You should do it with your Vita and your PS4. There's stuff on quite a few games.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never really thought much of it.
Yeah. You
That's
just choose second screen option.
I imagine with things like Fallout 4, it would be quite handy. With the Pip-Boy on one of them screens, maybe, or something.
Oh, yeah, they did do that. I remember hooking it up to my phone, and you can change things or use items from there, I believe. It's been a while since I played that.
Oh, yeah, because you taped your phone to your wrist, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Worked about as well as you can imagine. The GameCube version also had a sticky bomb, and it provided support for progressive scan 480p, which was huge back then.
Honestly, games looked really good on the GameCube back then.
Especially if you had the GameCube component cables, which stupidly I sold.
Oh my god, they're so much money now.
Oh yeah, and I sold them for like $35.
What is it now? Like $100 or something?
Oh, let's look.
I think it is like, we're talking $100 will get you one of those cables.
eBay, $400.
Somebody should make a copy.
I mean, I think they have some, but oh my god, I was stupid.
Shit.
And I had the Game Boy player, the Game Boy Advance player that would connect to the bottom of the GameCube. You can find them everywhere now, but nobody has them with the disc.
Wow.
Because you had to put a little disc in there to tell the console to read the Game Boy player.
Got you. Did you have the Panasonic GameCube? The silver one.
I had a black one.
Oh, okay.
What was the Panasonic? Oh, you're talking about the original that had that the GameCube or the Cube Q?
No.
Yeah, the Panasonic Q.
Maybe. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, we talked about that a couple shows ago.
Okay.
I wonder how much those are.
Oh, they're so nice.
Oh, they're only $250.
It's actually not that bad.
Interesting. Huh.
Yeah.
What other differences? I'm just pulling up a couple differences here. Xbox and Windows versions have three different missions, downloadable. They include a Russian nuclear sub. PS2 had the nuclear power plant, new cinematics, new intro, and original music by the Prague Orchestra, and behind-the-scenes interviews and documentaries. So the PS2 kind of seemed to be the definitive version of it, but it was also the crappiest version.
Interesting.
How did the ports hold up?
What,
the
like
HD collection? Yeah, HD.
Yeah. I mean, the HD collection. The first two games are there's so much they could have improved. It literally is just It is in HD, quote unquote. I don't know if it's full HD at all, to be honest. But that's it. They've done nothing else, and obviously there's quick save. But controls wise and everything, it's almost identical.
That's back when all they were doing for HD collections was just up-resing.
Yeah, dude. Those early PS3 HD collections, you know what they were like. They were a bit hit and miss, right?
Oh yeah, let's talk about that Silent Hill one.
Oh, the Silent Hill one was the worst. You know,
hey, here's a game that's designed around fog. Let's take the fog away.
Wow, yeah, and let's drop the frame rate dramatically when a monster is about to appear.
Which is so sad because that game is super hard to find.
Absolutely. So that's a real shame. But so the first two are kind of, I mean, they're fine. They're totally fine. It's definitely these days the best way to play it. But the HD version of Chaos Theory is actually very good and holds up really well.
Huh.
So maybe if we ever dive back into the series, we try a slightly more polished Splinter Cell.
Yes.
Than this one.
A more polished turd.
Yeah. So yeah, I wonder how Mike got on with it.
I don't know. I think he made it quite far.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Did you notice? Hold on, what was I going to say? I had an Easter egg thing up here that I was looking through, and I can't find it anymore. And never mind. I lost it. Thought gone.
No worries. No worries.
So
yeah, that's Splinter Cell.
It is. It's rough.
I don't have much more to add about it.
I appreciate it for its merits. I definitely think it does stand apart from Metal Gear. I don't think it's fair to completely parallel this to Metal Gear because they're each great in their own respect. Metal Gear has that more futuristic stealth solo man, and this feels more directed by a government style stealth.
Yeah, exactly.
Way more fun gadgets to play with. It's just, I think you're right. It took them a couple games to really figure out how this all was meant to be put together.
Yeah, exactly. Like a lot of original games in series, it only got better as the sequels went on, and they got to like iterate and figure out what they needed to change.
Yeah, it's just a series that kind of fell off the map for me.
Well, apparently it's coming back. Did you hear about this?
No.
So I think if you just literally, if you just type in Splinter Cell on Google, you'll see some news stories that kind of point towards it coming back, because there hasn't been a game for years.
Last one was Blacklist, right?
I think it was Blacklist on the PS3. But I'm pretty sure there's talk of reviving it. Ubisoft.
Yeah, it's been 2013.
Yeah.
I'd kind of like to see a modern Splinter Cell. I'm not Splinter Cell. A Siphon Filter. Duh, we're talking about Splinter Cell.
Oh yeah. That would be really cool. There's a couple of series that are just almost buried, but you kind of feel like maybe they'll come back real soon. Like
Siphon Filter was really fun. Also, not aged well.
No, not at all.
Because that's back when they were trying to implement 3D directional shooting with just the D-pad.
Yeah. Ugh, those days were killer.
It's been a while since I've played this, but I think didn't you have to hold like R1 to then stop in place and then use the D-pad to move the gun around, so you couldn't be walking and shooting at the same time?
Well, if you pressed L1, it would kind of go into a weird first person with the green target that you had to move around with the D-pad. Now you had to be still, or you could hold R1 and that would be a sort of lock on. But if you're running, you would be like the one of every 5 bullets would hit kind of thing.
Yeah,
it was tough.
It was really a fun game though in its time.
Yeah. No, it's definitely rumored. There's rumors of Splinter Cell's return in 2018. Based on some stuff.
in the pantheon of stealth games, where do you think Splinter Cell falls? Because off the top of my head, we've got Metal Gear, obviously, Hitman, Deus Ex,
yep,
the Thief series.
Never played the Thief series.
Not Manhunt. That's not one. I think like those are the top stealth games.
Yeah. That's Hitman's a really interesting one.
I really like the Hitman series.
I really like Hitman.
Absolution was so much fun.
Is that the PS3 one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the one I played. That's really fucking good.
I just liked how there were so many different ways you could go about in the
Yes.
Hitman, not just Absolution, but in Hitman, they just give you a target, and it's like, great, here's this whole world at your disposal for how you want to get rid of
Yeah.
these people. It was so
Yeah.
much fun.
Yeah, it's very good. Actually, and the I don't know if you've played the PS4 episodic Hitman.
I have not.
That's actually very good as well. It's a really good way of doing it. So each episode there's one target and there's a huge world around how you're going to do that.
Huh.
So there might be like a guy on a private yacht at a party, and you're somewhere on the other side of the water, and you've got to find your way onto that yacht and then work your way through and kill this guy. Or you can maybe like go somewhere else and snipe him or something like that. Like, it's very cool, and each episode is usually on sale for a few dollars.
Is it just called Hitman?
Yeah, on PS4. And there's like 5 episodes, I think, and it's like episode 1, don't quote me on this, but it's something like episode 1 is Paris, episode 2 is London. It's all these like different settings.
So I'm looking at it right now, and on the PlayStation Store, and it looks like the first 2 story missions are free.
That's right. It's extremely well reviewed.
Huh. I'll have to give that a shot, because I really
yeah.
like Hitman.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
go ahead.
So that's a good point. When I look at Hitman and Splinter Cell, they are quite similar. It, like, Metal Gear kind of stands on its own. But if we're looking at stealth mechanics and the kind of the depth of those mechanics, I would lean more towards Hitman and Splinter Cell. If you want a true stealth experience where you want to be in the dark the whole time, and you don't mind a bit of punishment if you get seen or discovered even once.
See, and I think that's why I like Hitman more than Splinter Cell, is because it gives you the option to approach it in both veins. You can lurk in the shadows and be completely unseen if you want to, or you can go, you know what? I'm just going to nut up here and walk through this crowd and blend in and then take this guy head on.
Yeah. And you can kind of go all guns blazing, can't you, in Hitman?
To a degree, yeah. But
to a degree you can. I think I remember in Absolution just kind of, you know how it is when you've been playing a game for an hour and you get a bit bored, so you start just shooting everything.
Yeah. Like, I just want to get through this.
Yeah. I think you can do that in
you know, and I think this is a more recent series, but Dishonored kind of followed that same avenue of Hitman. You know, it's not necessarily a stealth-based game, but you can do a complete stealth run of Dishonored.
Interesting. This is one I've not played yet. Dishonored.
Oh, the first Dishonored was so good.
Yeah. But that's a first-person stealth, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Thief was really disappointing. I remember when that came out in 2014. I was really excited for it. Felt really let down. How about Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay?
Oh, that's the PS2 game, right?
I think that was Xbox.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's Xbox and Windows. Apparently, an exceptionally well-reviewed game. Like, Game of the Year,
but
well-reviewed.
Really hard to find.
Very hard to find.
Because I remember we talked about it about a year ago or so, and I was looking for it because I was looking for PS3 gems to play.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned this one, Chronicles of Riddick.
I wonder if that's on Steam, because I would really like to play that for the show.
Yeah. No, that'd be cool. I'd like to play that too, because I was looking for it.
Because it says it was released on Xbox and Windows. Let's look.
Yeah.
Chronicles of Riddick is not on Steam. Huh.
Yeah. One of my
go ahead.
earliest memories with Hitman was, I think it's Hitman Contracts. I basically played them on PC actually years ago, the first couple of games.
Okay.
And the first mission, or you had to, I think you had to dress up as like a postman, and you're delivering something, and you have this crate of flowers, and at the bottom of the crate is your handgun. And you just kind of like walk through into this into these gardens of this huge mansion, and it just felt like the coolest thing, because that, unlike the other two games, I mean, I know there's a bit of it in Metal Gear, but you're always changing disguises in Hitman.
Yeah, and that's because you're not just a spy the entire time. You're like, today I'm going to be a chef, and now I'm going to be a chauffeur, and now I'm going to be a flower delivery man. But at the core, I'm always a ruthless killer.
Yeah, exactly. I really love that. I really love that kind of blending in with everyone. Like instead of being sneaking around in the shadows and being completely on your own, you're having to be part of the scenario all the time. You're having to be in crowded areas and not give yourself away. So this is some nice differences. I think all three of these series like coexist really nicely together.
Yeah.
I just hope that Splinter Cell does get rebooted, because I think they could go somewhere with that.
Did you ever play the PS1 game Tenchu Stealth Assassins?
Yes. I remember, because I had to borrow it from a friend and play it secretly because it was really violent.
Oh, yeah. Real violent.
And like, I don't think my parents would have been happy, because it was so much blood in that game.
Another one that has not aged well.
Yeah, it looks awful now if you look at screenshots. I can't believe how bad it looks. I used to think it was amazing.
Yeah, and it's not like it was really early in the PS1 life cycle either. It was 98.
No, it was like, around the sort of original Metal Gear time, I remember.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, they were getting ready to announce the PS2.
God.
Not a good game to go back to, but no. I loved how hyper violent it was.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's hard to justify what the best stealth game is, because, like we said, each one has its own merits.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think if I had to choose what I'd want to play in terms of the most enjoyable stealth, it'd probably be Hitman. Because I don't play Metal Gear as a stealth game. I play it as, I'm going to kill everyone.
Yeah.
I just need to be discreet about it.
And you play it also because you're like, I want to know what's going to happen next.
Yeah. I don't give a crap about the story in Hitman.
No, never.
Yeah. I just want to see if I can do this.
And they know that too. Like, the game knows that. It's very aware of it. It's like all of the efforts are in execution of how you're going to perform your stealth actions and stuff.
Yeah.
How you're going to defeat the target. Yeah.
So that's that for Splinter Cell. I wish we had better review of it, but I would say don't go back to it.
Oh yeah, and if you are, HD collection is more your friend than anything else.
Yeah. Simply for the autosave or the quick save.
Yeah, and slightly smoother edges.
Yes. I mean, it didn't look that bad.
But the pipes were probably hexagons on your version.
Yes, they looked like they'd cut his hands up quite immensely.
So, yeah, not a bad series. I wouldn't want to bash it too much, because it is kind of it brings a lot to the table that hadn't been on the table before. It's got some nice ideas, and it is worth a go.
It is always interesting going back to these really early games in these genres and seeing they really paved the way for what we have today.
Oh man, totally.
I mean, we had to go through some growing pains to get where we are today in certain games, and it's neat to go back and say, oh, so that's where this originated from.
Yeah, that's just it. So we had to go through the pain points to get the quality that we really expect now.
I mean, could you imagine being able to go back and talk to 2001 Tom or 2002 Tom and be like, hey, this is shit. It gets way better.
Yeah.
2002 Tom would be like, this is the best in the world. How does it get any better than this?
Yeah. Don't worry. You don't have to go to the newsagent and hope that there's a magazine that has a Splinter Cell walkthrough for that level you're stuck on. You'll just be able to go on the internet.
The whole thing will be in your pocket one day.
There'll be a video walkthrough on your phone.
You mean like the one connected to the wall? No, it'll be in your pocket. Our pockets get bigger?
Hey, Janice, you hear that? My pocket's gonna get bigger in 10 years.
I knew them Jinko jeans would be forever here to stay.
Put on your crack hoppers. Get the dickies out the drawer.
Hey, I'm gonna buy me another phone, one for each pocket.
Good job, I got my cargo shorts.
Oh, God. Yeah, that'd be something else I'd go back and tell younger Eric. These aren't cool.
Stop wearing those cargo shorts.
Throw them away.
With all the pockets on the sides. I used to think that was so cool.
God, and I'd put so much shit in it, like coins and keys.
Yeah. Candy bars.
Small animals. And then you try to be really cool and walk around with your hands in your cargo pockets instead of your actual pockets. So you're like doing this weird like slouch.
Yep. Oh, God. I'm glad it wasn't just here.
Yeah, it was over here too. Certainly was. So Mike put out the questionnaire a few days ago. We have 0 questions about this.
No.
None.
No question. People are like, 1 star, it was shit. Not even that.
Maybe it's because Mike posted it, but he usually posts it.
Yeah.
Oh.
He usually gets some feedback. Never mind.
Oh, well.
That's fine. You win some, you lose some.
I guess. I mean, I'm pretty sure we don't have any emails, but if you want to send us an email, factorysealed@manatank.com.
Yeah. Old school.
Tom, we're a little bit at your behest here for what we play next.
Are we really?
Well, yeah, Mike bought a game that I am recommending we play, but I need to make sure that you have an avenue in which to play it.
Yes.
I really want to play Onimusha Warlords for PS2.
I think that would be awesome. I'm going to look into see where my PS2's at, because I do have one. It's just not at my house. So,
but if it's at your mum's house in Ireland...
Oh no, she lives in England now.
Oh, she moved?
Yeah.
When?
She moved like a year ago.
What?
Yeah.
What part of England?
In my hometown, in the southwest.
Wait, so when I was over there, she'd already lived in England?
Oh yeah, she just travelled up for the day from the southwest. Yeah.
I thought she was still in Ireland.
No, living with a buddy. She's sold her house and living with a buddy. So
nice.
So yeah, I might catch up with her and see if I can get hold of it. But yeah, I'll keep you posted, and then if not, maybe we can play it in the following show or something like that.
Yeah, we should probably try to figure that out earlier than later.
Yes.
Because Onimusha was a launch title for the PS4, or the PS2, was it not?
It was. I remember it fondly.
I remember going with my grandma to get a game, because she'd bought me my PS2, and I didn't have any games. So we're at the
Smuggler's Run.
Well, that's the thing. I wanted Smuggler's Run, and then my grandma's like, that's a game about smuggling drugs, so no. Instead, she buys me Onimusha Warlords, where you're running around feudal Japan murdering people. Thanks, Grandma!
We know where Grandma's values lie.
Yeah. So
Slashing people with swords is fine.
I have great memories of this game. I really hope it's held up well.
No, I hope so too.
Don't do me like that, Tom. because it kind of borrows a lot of elements from Resident Evil, where it's a little bit survival horror, but then it also kind of paved the way for what God of War did, where when you kill people, you can absorb souls to get different abilities.
Yes. If I remember rightly, I think it's tank controls.
Oh no.
I think you stand still, hold a button, get into the action stance, and then start swiping. I could be wrong, but I just have a feeling it might be.
Oh, please be wrong. I mean, graphically, it's still... Like, I'm just pulling up original graphics of it. It didn't look terrible then.
Yeah, I'm sure. PS2, can you remember? It was such a huge leap at the time.
Oh, yeah. You mean these people actually have round eyes?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, do you remember that game, The Getaway?
Yeah.
Like, how gorgeous that looked when it first came out. I couldn't believe how it looked.
I vividly remember one of my best friends got a PS2 before I did, and he brought it over, and he had Madden 2001. And just being floored when they would show the between play scenes where they'd show a close-up on a character and you could see the details on their face.
Yes.
Like, this is insane.
This is the future.
Yeah, it's never going to get better than this.
I remember thinking the same thing about FIFA.
Oh, no. There's actually a ball on the field.
I've actually Googled Madden 2001, and I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be able to experience that again.
Oh, I know.
I think we've become so jaded with...
It's just so, yeah...
graphical leaps, because we're kind of in this generation now where we look for shortcomings in things rather than the technical achievements, because the technical achievements are becoming... they're fewer and further between, and they're more... they fall in line with more things that are unnoticeable, like technical achievements in AI and anti-aliasing and lighting and things that we don't really pay attention much to, instead of these massive graphical leaps.
Yeah, like shaders and skin pores and things like this, like
story development and
it's much harder now to make a huge impact visually and have it different from your predecessor.
Well, you'd think too, the jump from 1080p to 4K, it's not that noticeable.
Yeah, I mean, I've not even played a game in 4K yet, but I've seen in the stores and things, and I can see the crispness and the sharpness. But when you compare it to SCART lead to HDMI, I mean that was mind blowing.
Oh yeah,
absolutely mind blowing.
Like, what is this HDMI cable? And
I can read text now.
Yeah, I only need to plug one thing in?
Yeah.
Oh.
Where's the red? Where's the white? And where's the yellow? You know, I just got black.
I find myself also with portable gaming, because I think that's where we're really going to see a lot of the graphical leaps and bounds. Still a little bit jaded by it, though, because you're like, okay, great, the Switch came out and I can play it portable, but it still kind of looks like a PS3.
Yeah.
So portable gaming's always a generation and a half behind.
Yeah, definitely.
But I mean, could you imagine going back and telling yourself when you're playing your little Game Boy by the street lights that pass by in the car, like, it gets better?
Yeah. You're going to be playing a fully fledged 3D Mario on a portable system soon.
In 20 years.
In 20 years, that you can just dock and play on your TV or up-res to 1080p. Oh, what's 1080p? Let me tell you about 1080p.
Right now, you're like sub 480i.
Yeah.
Add a few more I's and a couple P's and another 0, and you're golden. All of the P's.
All the good P's. This industry is totally bonkers with all the evolutions that have happened in just our relatively short lifetimes.
I mean, it's been great growing up in the era that of gaming that we did, because we experienced this. I understand there are people that started with Atari, and they can go even further back. But we at the peak of our childhood got to experience the biggest leaps and bounds in the gaming industry. I mean, the jump from Super Nintendo to PlayStation and N64 was colossal. And then from N64 to PS2, we got to experience that. And then the jump from PS2 to PS3, we were kind of edging out of high school and into college, like when we could afford this stuff.
Man.
The three biggest leaps in gaming history we got to experience at the peak of our childhood.
That's true. We were very lucky, definitely. Like, very lucky to some of our earliest experiences would have been owning the Super Mario All-Stars cartridge with Super Mario, like Lost Levels and the original and World and all these games.
Well, if you had the cart that had World on it, you were the tip of the nipples.
Oh man, yeah.
Because that was a rare one.
But just like these fully featured 2D Marios, all the best ones on one cartridge, like that was, and it became bundled with the system.
Oh man, I miss the days of games bundled with consoles.
I know, right?
They don't even give you a demo disc.
Now you can get bundles, but then your console has to be branded with the game.
I've never understood that. I've never been into that.
No, me neither.
I would love the option for a colored console, but like I don't want a Star Wars Battlefront PS4.
No, or a Destiny one or anything like this. I just want
white.
Yeah. Just give me the plain console and put some games in the box. And have it so that when I look on the back of the box, you got all the screenshots of all the games I could be playing.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Oh man, loved it. The N64, and I used to keep that box out so I could look at the back of it and be like, I can't wait to play that one.
Yeah. So true.
Yeah. Yeah, to be a kid again.
Oh, we're getting nostalgic now, Eric. That's what this show's all about, though.
I mean, I get really excited about different graphical leaps now because I can afford to buy this shit. Like, I can't wait to get that new full array 1080 or 4K HDR TV because I can afford it now. As a kid, nowadays you're like, maybe someday.
Now you just got to dig for the time.
Oh God!
And then you're golden.
Oh God! Yeah, time is a fleeting resource.
Time's the killer. Yeah,
inversely proportionate. Games and time. As a kid, you have all the time, no games. As an adult, all the games, no time. And there's a weird like year gap in college where you have all the games and all the time.
Yeah.
When you first start making decent money and you still don't have a ton of responsibility.
Yeah. Like, so when you probably made that video series for Demon Souls, maybe that was the time when you had some resources to get the games that you needed and wanted, and an abundance of time as well.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, like the year period where Dan and I just played games every day nonstop together.
Yeah. Good times.
Oh, it was fun. Oh, brings a tear to my eye, Tom.
Oh, yeah.
A tear to my eye.
Me too.
So, well, Tom, I don't have anything else for this week.
No,
but
me neither.
I feel like we should give Kat a little bit of a plug here.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, your beloved has actually done the reverse to you of what you'd normally do to her and exiled you to your bedroom, correct?
That's correct. I'm recording this in the bedroom because she is recording her own podcast with a friend in our one other room in this apartment.
The bathroom?
Yeah. Yeah, it's all one big room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's just in the lounge right now recording her new podcast.
So they're doing 5 episodes up front.
Yes. Oh, 4 actually. It's been moved down to 4 because they had to do a load of other stuff this morning, taking pictures, and they're pretty active on their social media. Yeah, they're putting a lot of work into this, actually.
So what was the catalyst for her wanting to start that?
I think she started doing a creative writing course because she's started to write her own fantasy novel. Okay. And so she was getting really into that and reading lots of fantasy and dystopian thriller fiction and stuff like that. And she's got a really close friend who does the same. So they talk so much about it all the time. They thought, well, why don't we like read a book or two a week and then
a book or two a week?
Oh, dude, they read so fast.
A book or two a week?
Yeah. Kat read 4 books last weekend, I think it was.
What?
Yeah. Can you imagine? I can't even get through a game in 2 weeks.
That's insane.
Yeah, they're really fast readers. They just have so many books that they get through. So, with that being said, they have so much content that they are doing. They will talk about a couple of books an episode, I imagine.
A couple of books an episode?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I think so. And the episodes are about 50 to 60 minutes long, I think.
They could probably get away with just doing a book a show.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, to be honest with you, you know how it is. Like, you started this show 5 years ago. You're very much ironing out the creases as you go and trying to find your footing, right?
Oh god, yeah.
You're kind of like, all right, this is our format now. This is the way it's going to be, and so I imagine the show will sound very different in 6 weeks from
as it should
today.
As it absolutely should.
Yeah.
Anybody starting a show, don't try to iron out a format because it's just going to change.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I'll give them a little plug. So their podcast is called Into the Stacks, which
nice.
Yeah. And the website is so Into the Stacks. So it's itsthebookcast.com.
I like it.
It's their website.
I had fun sending Kat stupid names that I thought her podcast should have been called. Because it's just a couple of posh Brit girls. Kind.
Me too. I did the same thing. Yeah. And they were just constantly rolling their eyes every time I had a suggestion.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it would have been fantastic.
I just like coming up with stupid names. And
I thought she should have called it, yes, indubitably.
A real page turner.
Oh, yeah.
Darling, crack the spine.
Sniff the page.
Reading between the lines. No,
I thought it should have been called Stiff Upper Lip, to be honest.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I think they had their original name was Shelf Indulgence.
I like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite roll off the tongue, though.
It doesn't, so I think that's why they went with something a bit snappier.
Huh.
But yeah, so that's what they're doing, and I think they'll be on iTunes probably in the next few days.
Sweet. Good for them. We will definitely give them a plug.
Yeah.
For anybody else out there who can read 2 books a week,
then check it out.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
So, all right, Tom, that's all I've got for you this week. So we're going to try to shoot for Onimusha in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Dan will still be in the blurry land of Oz. Who knows if Mike is going to break something else.
You never know with that guy. Anything could happen.
He might actually break his house.
Let's hope not. Otherwise, I have to move to Hett.
Oh, God, no. Oh, Tom, we can't forget. You know what comes out this Friday?
Something comes out this Friday?
Yeah.
I'm going to try and guess. Is it what? Give me a clue.
Get it?
Oh, Is it really Ni no Kuni 2?
Yes, sir.
Seriously?
Oh, it's
Oh
on
my God.
Friday. Oh, no, so it's
That's
tingly.
wild.
Yeah. I
The
managed
thing is,
to
Eric, I
find...
never finished the first one.
Neither
Should
did
I still
I.
just get it? I should just get it.
I think you should just get it.
I'll wait till I move and then I'll get it.
But, Tom, by that point...
You'll all have got it and you'll all have played it.
Yeah.
I know.
And just think, if you get it this Friday, then we can
Yeah.
all play it and talk about it for 2 weeks while Dan's in Australia.
Oh God, don't tempt me.
Because what was the other game that came out while he was in Australia last time?
Was it like, oh, I don't know. It was something he was a huge fan of, though.
Huge fan.
Shit. No,
God,
I don't
what
remember
was
if it was a Pokemon game or Final Fantasy game.
Was it Final Fantasy? It was.
Was it
I think it was Final
15?
Fantasy 15.
Oh my God. Maybe it was. Yeah, because I'd started it. We were both much further ahead than him.
Because that came out March 6th of 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's...
So,
Did he go
Wow,
last
was it-
year or was it 2 years ago?
it was 2 years ago.
Because
I went to Japan last year. And he was here.
Because what did you and I play while he was overseas? The Jock Buns episode was... We got to deduce this right now. Because this is going to determine whether or not you buy this game.
You're asking my long-term memory.
Episode 96, April
Yeah.
25th, 2016. It was Final Fantasy 15
Oh, wow.
that came out while Dan was... Yeah, poor Dan.
That must have been it. So,
Oh, God.
a JRPG double whammy then.
Whoo! And he's gone for 3 weeks. But you're taking your PS4 with you, right?
Possibly. As long as I can change the country on it and stuff.
Yeah, I believe it's region free.
And just create a new PSN profile, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to still buy things in pounds just because I know... Because we get really good sales here. I don't know if Canada gets good PSN sales. Unless... Is it on the same store as NA?
No, it's not.
Yeah, I don't think I don't reckon their store... I mean, I could be completely bullshitting here, but...
I mean, I still think you need to get it just so we can all be playing it and talking about it.
Yeah, I think
sorry,
you're
Dan.
probably right.
Oh, and posting
So-
pictures and
Yeah.
spoilers.
Is it Studio Ghibli again?
I don't believe they're involved in this one.
Okay.
But I believe the musical composer from the original still is.
Okay, that's good enough.
So, and I don't give two flying rips about the vinyl pop figures, but I
Oh, yeah?
finally tracked down the other two Ni no Kuni 2 ones.
Did you get them?
I did, so I have all three of them.
Oh, wow.
There's Evan, Roland, and Tani with the Higgledy familiar.
Shit, there are so many of those figures now.
Oh, yeah, it's 350, 400-ish.
Wow.
But, you know what really has me excited for Ni no Kuni 2?
What's that?
They have a kingdom builder in it.
Oh, shit, yeah, it's basically Dark Cloud 2.
Basically,
Right.
yeah.
My
So, get it.
God.
Oh,
That's going
man.
to be in depth.
So I watched a little bit of a video of how it works, and I am really excited for it.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I've not actually watched anything on it, so I might go in blind.
I'm trying not to. I don't think I'm even going to read the reviews for it because I know I want it. I'm just going to be
Yeah.
really disappointed if it's like,
White Knight Chronicles.
yeah, 3 out of 10. I just don't think that's going to happen, though.
No, I don't think so either.
Oh, the other thing. Sorry, I keep thinking of other stuff. The other game that came out on last Friday, Burnout Paradise Remastered.
Oh, yep.
I got to get it.
That was one of the first games I played on PS3.
Oh, it was so much fun.
It was really cool. It's like an open world racing game, right?
Yeah.
I remember it.
They got rid of some of the really cool aspects of Burnout, like Crash Party and stuff like that. But
I know.
did you ever play Burnout 3 Takedown?
I played Burnout, the original, on PS2. Loved it so much. And Burnout 2, but I didn't play Burnout 3.
Burnout 3 Takedown is where it's at. I discovered the series with Burnout 3. My uncle and I were walking through Best Buy, and they had a demo of this on the Xbox. And we just stopped by to play it. And we stood there for over an hour playing it. Went, we have to buy this game. Turned around, bought it, walked out, went and played it for the next week straight.
Wow.
It was so much fun.
Oh, shit. Maybe I did play it. I might have played it. The thing is, some of them are... the first two are very similar.
Yeah, the first two are good, but 3 really took it to the next level. And then the first one for Xbox 360, it also bridged onto PS2 is Burnout Revenge.
Okay, never played that one.
3 Takedown is just the best.
Did you ever play Wheelman?
No, is that the stunt game? The stunt driver?
Yeah.
Yeah, that game was really interesting.
It was actually quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just for a quick go.
We should definitely try to play some Burnout for the show at some point.
I'd be keen. I'd be down with that. I loved Burnout. It's a great series.
I think Burnout 3 is really long, too. But it's one of those where you just like, yeah, I've played it.
Yeah. You wouldn't have to necessarily 100% hit it.
Because I'm just looking here, it's 14 hours-ish, if you're good. Get good. Completionist, 36 hours.
Get good.
Get good. All right. So if you want to follow us on Facebook, we're at facebook.com/group/Factory Sealed Podcast. That's where all the good stuff happens. Occasionally do some giveaways. If you want to support what we're doing, we're on Patreon at patreon.com/Factory Sealed. Any donation gets you access to our Factory Sealed Unwrapped episodes, which is basically our 5 minutes to sometimes half an hour, maybe even an hour of just shit talk before the show. Of us pretending to get ready before we put her in D.
Yep. And if you haven't already, it'd be cool if you could leave us an iTunes review. That would be good.
Preferably a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, I like our latest review of they sat and made Metal Gear Solid food puns for 20 minutes. 5 stars.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Yeah. That's us. That's the best summarization of a show possible. So, all right, Tom, thanks for joining me on this lovely 2-man show.
Oh, no worries. Pleasure was all mine. Had a great time.
Yeah. I'll hope you can get out of your dungeon of a bedroom here soon.
Oh, me too. I'm getting hungry. You know how it goes.
Just you're gonna stick a note out under the door. Can I come out now? Lady Catherine, might you pass a raw noodle under the door for me?
Please. Perhaps a buttered bread.
Butter side up, preferably, but I'll take butter side down and pick the dust off.
Pick the hairs out.
Please, I'm starving in here. Lady Catherine!